Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, T.
And I'm Sierra.
Okay, we're going to get into some listener questions today. So we're just going to dive right in.
Let's do it.
Okay, first one is, what are we feeding our kids for lunch this summer?
This is a question I would also like to know.
Same.
Because I feel like lunch is hard. What time does your child eat lunch, first of all?
Let's just say, like, a dedicated meal is hard in general. My daughter right now, she's 15 months, she's 16 months. I have a hard time getting her to like anything. So sometimes she's literally just eating crackers and strawberries. So that's where we're at.
That's great. Coast, unfortunately, doesn't eat lunch until he wakes up from his nap. And so sometimes that's around like 3:30 or 4 that he's eating lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying, chicken nuggets. He's a fruit king.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll do like chicken nuggets and like grapes and strawberries. A PB&J is always a good sleigh. Mac and cheese. Good. Again, don't come for me for these basic meals.
What chicken nuggets are you doing? Like,
they're from Costco. They're like those. I actually don't know the brand.
Are they the green pack?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I said, you guys are getting outrageous with these prices.
They are pretty expensive, but they have like higher protein, I think.
Yeah. We use the yellow pack.
Okay.
I think it's a more basic version of the yellow pack.
It's not like a kid one. It's just like regular nuggies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not the dinosaur nuggies. It's just like, And then also sometimes he'll just eat like a G2G bar and a yogurt.
Okay. Healthy.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really good.
He loves his protein. So I have heard some people are like tacos, stuff like that. But I'm like, he's not deconstructed tacos, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't have that in me, unfortunately. I'm not the cook in my relationship.
Yeah, me either. I mean, we always have like stuff preps that me and my husband always eat. Like we always have like turkey, ground turkey prepped and chicken prepped. So like I try to feed her some of those. She literally won't eat it. Sometimes she will. Most times she won't. So I'm just trying to like get anything in her at this point.
And consider it a win.
Yeah, and it's a win. Sometimes it's just a bottle.
And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just like,
she'll live.
Hey, you're good. You're healthy. Yeah, if you're hungry, you can
and they'll tell you.
Yeah,
if he is hungry, he's like ravenous, trying to like find snacks and stuff. And I'm like, great. That means you can eat more of this sandwich I made you.
Yeah, exactly. Love that.
Okay, perfect. The next question, how much do you pay a babysitter?
All right, listen here.
I've never paid for someone to watch my kid yet. So.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet because I feel like everyone that I've asked has been like very close family where I don't need to pay them. Like it's been an in-law or a really close friend because I am also very picky on who babysits my kids. I think once they get a little older, I'll probably venture out into like, I don't know, people from my ward, my church or something. I don't know, but like even then that's questionable. But yeah, I don't even know the rates that people are babysitting.
What's so crazy to me is like I was babysitting, I swear, when I was like 8 years old. I was getting dropped off to my cousin's house, like my aunt and uncle's. I was watching their
cousins.
baby.
Okay.
But like I was getting paid $7 an hour, which, back in the day, I think is a sleigh. And also when you're 8, also a sleigh.
I think that's more than minimum wage back then.
Honestly, it probably was. But I think if you're like hiring like my little cousins who are like 12 or 10, like I would just like buy them dinner. But if I need to pay them, I'd honestly pay them like $12 maybe an hour.
In total?
For Coast.
Okay.
12 an hour. I feel like he's super easy.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like the going rate is like at least bare minimum $15 an hour.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, question. So we usually try to coordinate our babysitter to after my daughter's down because she goes down around 7:30 and then we don't even go in. So my babysitter that comes literally just watches the monitor. How much would you pay someone to do that? If I didn't have an in-law or if I didn't have like a close friend and I like had to find someone else that I needed to pay. Like I literally am like, what would I pay someone to watch a monitor and chill?
I don't even know.
Because sometimes I wonder
I'm
about
like,
that.
I want to like be like not that much, but then people are like, they're giving up their time. And it's like, it is also their night. So I'm like, I get that. But also you're literally doing nothing. You can eat all my snacks and do whatever you want at my house.
Exactly. And I usually buy them dinner.
If that was me, I honestly would just like take the dinner and be fine with it. But I feel like, again, I don't know.
I think I'll just approach the situation as it comes. Maybe do that. If you ask this question, I would just ask what the person that you want. Because I'm sure it's like,
I'm sure
you
they
have a
rate.
person and you're just needing to know what their rate is. Just ask them and see what they say. And then if that works for you, then hire them. If not, find someone else. Yeah. I think that's a good plan. Okay, our next one is, what time do your kids go to bed? Wow, good segue. Wow.
You said yours goes to bed at 7:30?
Mine goes to bed at 7:30 because we've sleep trained her. So she goes to bed at 7:30 and she wakes up at 7. She's a queen, honestly.
Angel.
I don't think that's normal. Maybe it is.
I love that. Coast goes to bed anywhere from like 8 to 9. We're very flexible with his bedtime. Like if he's tired, we'll start his bedtime earlier. If we're out and about, like, and we're not going to leave the function early to go put him down. So he's really flexible. And like if we put him to bed at like 9:30, he'll be okay.
Yeah. No, so that's good.
Nice.
I do have to add that because I think before I was like scared and I had to get home before. But right now she's at a point where if we do end up doing something later, we'll make it work. We don't just like, oh, sorry, we got to go. It's 7:30. Heck no, that's so unrealistic for our lives. So I'm like,
yeah, it's good to have like a basic, like this is like the time we usually do, but it's nice to have them be flexible as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like not every night we're staying out till like 10 p.m. and being like,
exactly,
Coast, suck it up. Like it's like every once in a while. Yeah.
And especially if you like know what time they usually go to bed around, you kind of prep for when you know they're going to be later than that time.
And if like we watch the sleepy cues, like if he's being a menace and I'm like, usually you're fine. I'm like, okay, it's honestly time to go to bed. But then also like as it gets later, like he's just chill.
Yeah.
So.
And again, it's just another thing where I feel like whatever works for you and your kid, like that's what you should do. Because I have friends out there, babies go to bed at like freaking late, like 10:30, 11. And it's like, so what?
I would rather my kid go to bed late than go to bed early. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's like everybody works a little different, whatever fits for their lifestyle.
Exactly. Okay. Well, another great segue. What is your nighttime routine?
Wow, I feel like these all just flow so well. Okay, so are we talking nighttime routine after the baby's down or nighttime routine for baby?
I'm thinking nighttime for baby.
For baby. Okay, we always go outside before she's about to get her like shower and bath because I feel like when she's outside, it kind of makes her really, really tired. So we'll play on her little, those water tables.
Oh,
she loves that. So we'll be out there as long as possible. And then we bring her in. It depends on like if we're going to give her food because right now she's not eating meals. So it's like we feed her as we go.
You got to feed them while they're playing.
Yeah.
The distraction.
Exactly. So it's like we're kind of feeding her while she's outside, when she's coming back and forth inside. And then after that, we give her a little bath or shower. Right now, we're really into showers just because they're just
so
faster. Yeah. And they're so much easier. So we do a quick little shower. Then we get her a bottle. And then we watch like a movie before bed, like usually Moana. She's obsessed with Moana right now. So we watch that. And then we just like kind of wait for her cues because usually she'll start showing them once she has her bottle and she's been chilling and watching a movie. And then after that, we just like sing her a song, rock her to sleep, and then put her to bed. It's pretty simple. I mean, I try to do like the read the book and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. So I'm just going to nix that out of my routine because sometimes we just don't read a book.
Well, Celsius is in charge of bedtime. And I know for a fact that man's not reading him a book. No matter how many times I'm like, can you please read him a book? So it's fine. You don't need to read them a book.
I feel better.
Costy's nap or his bedtime's basically the same. He'll do a bath. And then after his bath, get his like jammies, everything on. And then he'll go into our bed and watch an episode of Little Einsteins while he has his bottle.
So cute.
It is like, he's obsessed. He does like the blast off and everything. Like it is literally the cutest thing ever. He watches his Little Einsteins with his bottle and then give him kisses and he goes in his crib and we say, nice, and
see ya.
we're done.
Yeah, I love
super
that.
easy, super great, super nice.
Yeah. Again, find what works for you. It took a whole year and a half-ish.
Yeah.
No, I mean a year to like solidify our nighttime routine.
And you can always change it too.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to just do the same thing if it's not working.
Next one. I'm a working mom. How do you find work mom life balance?
I feel like this is great for you because I barely work.
Okay. Honestly, I feel like finding a routine that works for you is like the only way you can do it. And just being consistent with that routine. This is hard because I feel like I like multitask a lot and I probably could get a lot more done if I had like a nanny or I didn't work from home. I do hybrid. So like I work 2 days in office and then 3 days from home. Those days that I work from home are like I'm getting the bare minimum done. And luckily it just like works with my position in my company. I can do that and like still have a job where some jobs could be a lot more difficult to like make that happen, I feel like. So that alone is kind of like a blessing on my end, but it works with my lifestyle because I feel like I can have that balance a little better than most working moms would because again, I'm like not in the office all the time, which I feel like is very different. That's so hard to go in the office, but also kind of nice because you can actually get things done. But I think that like on the days that I do go to office, I do feel like overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, I didn't get enough time with my kid. But I think just like prioritizing your time when you are with your kid and like just making the moments last and then weekends, just spending as much time as you can with them. I feel like that's like the best way to go. I do feel like when you find, so you have work, you have your kid, and then you also have to find balance with your like yourself, self-care, self-love. And I feel like once you get a routine that works for you, so for me, I'm like my self-care is I have to go to the gym at like 5:30 in the morning. We were just talking about this because like I need that for my mental health to feel like I can take on the day. And that's like my me time. And then I have to go to work. That's my work time. And then after that is like my family kid time. And when you just like kind of section off that and you just give your best in those sections, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I barely work, but there's some days where I'm busy. And if those are the days, I'm just like, okay, if he's like eating breakfast or something, I try to like work during that or like work during nap. And then when it's like time where I know he's like going to need my attention or like want to play, be okay with like putting that off. And there's this metaphor that I honestly don't remember where I heard, but it was like sometimes, well, when you're a mom, you're like constantly juggling. And there's some like tasks or balls that are like glass and there's some that are like plastic. And it's like, okay, if I dropped the ball on loading the dishwasher, everything's going to be okay. And so it's just like realizing like which part of my day today, like what are the plastic things that can drop and what are the glass things where I'm like, this needs to get done. And I think that also helps. And as moms and like just as like women and like humans in general, like we can't do it all. And to not feel guilty, like if you're like, today I slacked in my mom duties or today I slacked in my work duties, because in the end, like no one expects you to be perfect. And also I feel like your kids aren't going to be like, I remember one day my mom didn't pay attention to me for 20 minutes while she was working. Like if that's like not their everyday, it's going to be okay. And like sometimes you're going to have to give more to your job and then sometimes you're going to be giving more to your kids. And you know what? It'll all work out in the end.
Yeah.
And just take a belly breath and just tell yourself you're doing the best you can. Because I think sometimes we're hardest on ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're like, I did so awful. I did this, this, and this. And then like my husband or something will be like, oh my gosh, like you and Coast were so cute together doing this. And I'm like, I'm crying because I'm like, I felt like it's such a horrible mom today. Yeah. And so it's just like, we really are the hardest on ourselves. So just give yourself some grace.
Yeah. Have you seen those TikToks where it's like your perspective? The mom is basically like, I had to give her nuggets again because that's all I could have time to cook. And then it's like the kid's perspective. And it's like, mommy made me the best meal ever today. It's my favorite. I love it. I'm like literally gonna cry. That's so cute.
I haven't seen
but it's
those,
like having that perspective that it's like your kids are seeing that you're doing like the best that you can, and like give yourself grace because you really are. And something that I do have to remind myself, because I do get really stressed with work, like trying to like get my job done. And maybe this is like, not everyone has the privilege to just be like, well, if I lost my job today, like I wouldn't care. So I'm not trying to say it in that sense, but it's like at the end of the day, if I lost my job today, I wouldn't care because like I'm trying to create a good life for my baby. And like those are memories. Like I want to create memories for her. So sometimes I'm like, don't kill yourself over a job if like your baby means more a little bit. That's kind of where I'm at, where I'm just like, hey, stop getting so stressed about work because you are replaceable with any job, but you're not replaceable as a mom. So that's another little tidbit, but I don't know. Sometimes I think about that.
Well, I love that. That was great. Okay, the last question, and I feel like we're going to get reamed. How often do you wash your car seats?
Never.
I'm going to tell you, I have not washed Costy's car seat once, his new one that he's in. I washed his baby one like twice.
I have never in my life washed a car seat.
Well, I thought, I'm not going to lie, the other day I was like, wow, Costa's car seat's so freaking clean. And I was really proud of myself. And then I didn't notice this, but his has like a little insert. And I lifted up the insert and it was a jump scare. I said, oh, what the hell is this? And I'm like, I have not fed him this. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, no, like 8 months ago, we were on a trail mix like kick, and that's what this is from. So this question has humbled me. I will be going home immediately and washing mine.
I'm scared to see mine.
But yeah, it is scary. Just, it is a jump scare. Prepare yourself.
Robbie doesn't really eat in the car. Like, never mind.
I would say, I thought that. I would be like, no, Cuz doesn't really eat. No, he's eating there. He's eating in there constantly.
The other day at the car wash, I did the little sucky thing on it. Does that count?
That does, you did vacuum it out.
Mm-hmm.
I need to vacuum mine out for sure. It's disgusting.
I did that. So I'm like, I feel like, okay, so how often? Once. I did that once.
Perfect. I honestly think a good goal for me is going to be once a quarter.
Wow, that is a good goal.
I feel like that's kind of a lofty goal, but I feel like it's a little bit durable. You know, like once the seasons change, throw that in the wash and she's brand spanking new.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try for that. Oh, actually, I'm going to try for once a year first.
I think that's great. I think maybe try biannually.
Okay.
Let's start with 2. Start with 2.
Well, I already have one because I did the...
You did. So now you just have to wait 6 more months and then get your other one in.
I'm like actually terrified to go look at my car seat. Like I'm ready to go to my car and be like, what does this look like?
Yeah.
Yikes. That's going to be scary. So yeah, we're the worst people to ask this question to. So sorry.
And don't cancel us because we don't wash our car seats.
I truly didn't know this was like a thing.
Yeah. I only knew with Coast's first one, we had the Duna and we bought it like secondhand. And I was like, I need to wash this because like I'm not sure. Yeah. And that's when I realized you could take off all the stuff. But that's in like a little carrier. I don't know with this new one. That seems like a big girl to tackle.
Yeah, because yours is Yeah,
so I'm a little nervous. So pray for me.
You want to know something that's so funny? So we still have like an infant car seat that my daughter truly doesn't fit in at all. But I'm just like, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I need to go get a new one. But I did not know that like after they're 11 pounds, you take out the insert. And it really makes sense now because my daughter literally hated the car seat.
11 pounds.
11 pounds. Ma'am, this girl is 25 pounds. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. You've been uncomfortable this whole time.
She's like,
we just took it out
of here
last month. I felt so bad. Somebody needs to give me a manual of like how this stuff works.
I know. It is hard to know like when you're supposed to transition. How many pounds can her infant car seat hold her till?
40.
That's a big girl.
I know.
I think my infant one was like maybe 30.
Okay, maybe it's 30.
And like how tall is she? Because she's also goes off the inches.
She's super tall. Yeah, I think she's past the inches. That's why I'm like, okay, I need a new one, but I'm just trying to investigate which new one to get. So if you have any recommendations,
get the Even Flow 360.
I do like yours. I remember seeing yours. I think I want that one.
And they also have a slim version too. If you have like a more compact card. That's what's in Celsius's. And then I have like the full size one.
Ooh, okay. I think I need that. I really just need a 360 because my back hurts.
No, honestly, whoever came up with that idea, I'm sure you already are, but you should be a billionaire and you should be literally making
Smartest
decisions
thing
for my
ever.
life.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was another tangent, but that was so much fun. We love doing these questions.
Yes, that was so fun. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.